everybody, welcome to yet another episode of Queens. Again, I'm shooting from the beautiful country Uganda, where I proudly come from, and I want to say a special thank you to the management of Malachi Eco Lounge. Thank you so much for allowing us a chance to shoot from your beautiful place. This place offers you a lot of stuff. If, for example, you want to have a vacation in Uganda, this is the best place you should be in. They have amazing cottages for you to relax and forget all your stress at work and at home and all that. So please endeavor to check it out. Featuring on the Queen's show today is a young lady, a young queen who has decided to reach out to the other, the other group of girls who are not, privileged the same way others are, because God blesses us differently. So some people are maybe more privileged than others, but she tries to create the same chance for the other girls to receive what they should be receiving. She is doing an amazing job, and she personally inspires me. I cannot wait to get into her story and getting to know what she really does. Let's have a look at Daffin's work, and we're going to be back shortly. Isn't Daffin's work really amazing? I cannot wait to get into the story and getting to know what she does best. So let's go straight and meet Daphne, and let's get to know much more about what she does and what the future holds for her. Welcome, Daphne.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Thank you so much for allowing us a chance to share your story.
I'm so humbled to be here today.
Oh,
I'm so happy. I'm so humbled.
Mom.
Thank you.
That's so nice. My pleasure. So let's go into, okay, what are your full names and what do you do? Except this initiative, what's your job?
I'm a Chola Daffin, a Ugandan,
Okay.
a mother.
A mother.
Yes.
Of how many?
One.
Oh, wow, nice. How old?
She's 5 years.
Oh, a girl.
Yes.
I'm jealous. I'm officially jealous, yes.
Anyway, I'm a humanitarian. I'm a social worker.
A social worker, okay.
I'm a volunteer.
Wow.
I'm a seed teacher.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Quite a lot of things, right?
Yes.
That's very nice. There's something that really touched me about your story when especially I saw that, you go out of your way to find girls who are especially vulnerable and looking for, stuff to use. And, how did you get into this initiative?
And let me first actually take this opportunity to thank God. Then Love Binti. Not forgetting Mr. Watuleke.
What is Love Binti?
Love Binti, actually it's let me say it's a movement for girl child. Love, everyone knows what love is.
Of course.
Then the Binti is a girl child. It's a girl.
Okay.
So it's Love Girl.
Ah, okay. Nice.
So all this project I'm doing actually is for loving a girl child.
Oh, that's very
I'm
good.
advocating for a girl child. Talking, actually using my voice for the girl child. Yes.
Wow, you're on the right show, because apparently we came up with this show because we wanted to help a girl child, because we don't start as women, we start as a girl.
Yes,
so
perfectly.
if you empower a girl, you have empowered a woman, and you have empowered the entire world.
Exactly.
Right? Very good. So how does this start? How do you get into starting to help the girl child?
It all began actually, let me say, in 2019.
Okay.
Mr. Watuleke, actually, thank you.
Who is
Then
this one now? Who is
my
in your life?
lecturer.
Okay.
because it's actually my former lecturer who contacted me and told me about Love Binti. He introduced me to Love Binti, told me all about Love Binti, about making the reusable sanitary pads for the girls.
Oh, that's very good.
At the beginning, actually, I saw like something not interesting. I was like, why me? Why is even picking me in all people?
So it wasn't you that, looked for that, but
No.
he spotted you and,
Yes.
believed that you could do it. Okay.
And I was like, okay, I've had. but I'm not interested. I even don't know how actually to hold the machine. Actually, I don't know how to use the machine. Like everyone learns.
Exactly.
He told me that some people who are there, they never knew anything, but they learned something. I'm like, okay, I'll see. I never got back to him. I told him I'm going to get back to you, but I never got back to him. So he got back to me again. That on WhatsApp. Did you go to campus? Did you go to Makerere?
Okay.
I'm like, I've not yet gone. So I gave an excuse. I don't have transport. I'm very far.
Okay. You were really not ready for that.
Yes.
Okay.
The guy honestly told me, Daphne, I'm going to give you the transport. You go to Makerere. This thing is
He
going to
really
help
wanted you to do it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So like, okay, I will come on Monday. So Monday I went. I went to Makerere. I went to actually to the faculty where actually the course was going to be conducted.
Okay.
I got other people there. We went to a meeting. We were enrolled. Actually, they registered us.
So you literally needed to study, to get some training.
Yes.
Okay.
Automatically, you have to get some training to do that.
Yes. Okay.
So we went. I got the people. Still, I wasn't all that excited.
You were just trying.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let me sit here. They gave us those pads. Actually, they told us everything about love Binti, about loving a girl child. Like, fine. They told us come back. Like, okay. I went. Thank God I went back.
Okay.
So I went back to begin the course. Actually, I began loving the course.
Wow, that's so nice. So how long was the course?
For 2 months.
2 months, two good months.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you really learn in that course? What were they teaching you exactly?
They were teaching us on how to make those reusable pads, sanitary pads. Then aside on that, also making some clothes with Tenji.
Okay.
And I wasn't interested much in that because I was like, okay, this will take 2 years to learn how to make this design.
Yes. Yes.
Like now I want this in particular. I want to make the pads. So
That's very good.
my focus was much on the pads. But let me make you laugh by the way.
I want to laugh, please.
Pads actually was the last thing I made when almost actually closing the course.
Really?
Yes.
So you started with Bitenji that you didn't want?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So when they told us,
Yes.
tomorrow is your last day, I went to my tutor, Miss Evelyn, she's a Kenyan. I told her, do you know what? I want to make my pads today. I don't know how they make them. Because the time when they were making them, I was too busy making some other thing. I was too slow in the Bitenji.
Imagine.
Other part, they mastered the pads. I told them I'm not moving here without the pads.
Wow.
And
So you did them last,
Yes.
and eventually you're doing the pads only, like basically.
Yes, only the other ones I even don't remember, by the way.
Wow.
I don't remember.
Wow.
Yes.
So then after you graduated from that, because I'm sure you did, so after you graduated, when did you start doing these reach outs? Because it's from the things that you have done after you studied that I spotted you and I'm like, wow, this is amazing and I needed to have you on this show. So when did you start doing the reach outs?
Graduation, I first stayed back home actually, and it's when the COVID came in 2020.
Okay.
Because I graduated in December 2019. So in March the COVID came in. I used to still reach out to the villages, the kids. Now here we are supplying food. But I used to see the girls. I used to actually interact with the girls more. And I think that's the calling actually.
Yes, yes.
So I was like, okay, March, nothing. Still April,
Nothing.
May, June.
Wow.
Then July I was like, no. I have some small money on me. Why can't I go downtown? I get those materials. I can teach these girls.
Wow.
I began by the way with blankets.
Oh,
These blankets for babies.
really?
For 10,000.
Aren't they too heavy?
No. For baby, there's some light ones for 10,000. Leave about these thick ones. Those ones. I began with those ones.
So what were you doing with them? You go and buy this blanket, and then what's the next step?
I used to buy the blanket because now I was making for donations. By the way, I even didn't think of training first. Like, let me first now make for donations. I first bought the blanket, the waterproof, the needles, the thread, everything needed.
Wow.
The scissor, the ruler, by the way, the manila paper, the
From your
hard paper.
kamani?
Yes, my kamani. So I come home the whole night. I'm cutting, by the way, double pieces.
Oh my.
The whole night. The following day, I go. I hire a machine. I start making them. I tell the lady, okay, give me like 7 hours. How much?
Wow.
She tells me this. I'm like, okay, fine. Let me do it.
So within those 7 hours, how many pads were you able to make?
7, if I'm serious what I'm doing, I could make 40.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. So now you start with this, you know, you started to make, because for you, you can access a machine and you can also be able to pay for it, so you can use it to sew the pads. So how did you think you will reach out to those who do not even have the access to machines and they don't even know how to use them?
Okay, about that, because my target actually is mostly the girls living in the villages.
Yes.
Automatically, since I don't have the machines, and I want them to learn how to make them locally.
Locally, yes.
Because the moment you master how to make them locally, then the machine just a bonus. Because you have to learn everything from here, then take the machine.
Yes.
Because this is fast. So to me, I was like, okay, if someone learns how to make this locally, the machine will come later.
Of course.
Or if the girl gets a chance of going maybe to an institution to learn on how to actually tailoring, can still come out and do it. Since she has the other knowledge I gave her
Yes.
in the beginning. Yes.
How has the idea been received within the people that you take it to? Because I'm sure when you go to the villages, you tell them, this is what I do. How do they receive it?
In the beginning, it was so difficult, and everything in life actually, in the beginning, there are always challenges.
Of course, the beginning is never easy.
Yes, and this project, first have to check your heart. If I go for this, am I really going to do it?
Yes, and for how long will I do it?
Am I going to actually do it more and more, or I'm going to give up? Or I'm just going to do it for a short time and I let it go? So if you check your heart and you feel like, okay, I'm good to go. Because deciding on this took me time, by the way, even. If you decide like me, I want to do this, I want to empower the ladies, I've checked my heart, and like, God, lead me, whatever I go. Just lead me, provide.
Yes, of course.
Because sometimes I wouldn't even know how I'm going to do it, but I find myself actually reaching in the community.
I know.
And I'm done, I'm back home. Like, okay, was it me? That's how I was actually. So this thing kept on moving. I began by 7.
By 7, yes.
Seven girls.
That was the first reach out.
Yes, the first one actually. That was in July. I can't forget.
Okay.
It was in July last year, because now I think I've made 1 year and 3 months in this project. By the way, it's end.
Congratulations.
Period. Thank you. It's end period poverty.
Wow.
I want actually to end the period poverty among the girls.
Yes.
Because a lot of girls out there are living actually in denial.
It's so sad.
There's even this taboo sometimes. Actually, there are still actually some villages that taboo that when a lady is in her menstruation, she can't be in public. So on this, we have to create actually awareness and always spread that conversation, so that we can at least come to an end. Because awareness and conversation is the first step
exactly
to ending period poverty among the girls.
You know, we sit here a lot and we don't realize that there are people who are literally in a completely different world, and you will never know until you reach there. You will never know what they go through, because to be honest with you, in this era, you wouldn't expect until there's some girls who still use things like, you know, I know, like
the rags, the ashes, the bed linings.
Lord have mercy.
The papers, actually, if they get a chance of picking a paper, because they can't afford with buying the papers. So it's just hard.
Wow.
That's how
it's really hard, and it's very sad, but again, we can do something about it. That's the good thing.
Yes.
We can try to do something about it. So how was your first reach out? How did they receive the idea? Were they happy about it? Did they welcome it?
Not everyone welcomed it.
Really?
Some actually thought I was doing my own things. Maybe I wanted to get, I don't know. They thought maybe I'm this big organization, I just want to work money. I'm making my own money. It's not passion, because actually I have passion for this. So I didn't know it was passion. So I was so discouraged in the first outreach.
Oh dear. And that's bad, because it's the first one, so you need people to encourage you.
Because me, I was like, okay, the first one, at least I need 15. Because I calculated my material, okay, 15 is enough. When I reached there, I got to the same, like, hey, what's going on? So like, fine. Remember, I'd made mine for donations. I've not donated them.
Yes.
They're still there. I first want to teach them, I do what? I donate.
Yes.
I first taught at 7. So after teaching at 7, that's when I went back and donated to them.
Wow.
So when I did that, is when some of them began actually opening their eyes that, okay,
This is
thing
actually a good idea.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Because it moved the whole community, everyone was like, okay, this is something good. And most of us need it.
Exactly.
It's when they came to realize. But when I first approached them, they said it was useless. Just the same way also in the beginning, I didn't believe in it.
Wow.
But it's just so perfect. The sanctuaries were pads are so good actually for the vulnerable girls. It helps them a lot. They are really doing that.
I can imagine.
Remember, they are living in poverty.
Exactly.
They have to choose between buying food or paying rent.
I know. Or buying a sanitary pad. Imagine.
So they have to choose. Of course, a parent would be like, let's buy food.
Of course.
The pads first leave it aside.
You deal with yourself. Lord have mercy. So when you go and you have, of course, to teach them how to make these pads handmade. So do you carry the needles and threads yourself, or you tell them that on this day when we are having the reach out, you should carry this and this, we're going to use them for something?
They come with nothing completely them.
So you give them everything, the needle, the thread.
Needle, the thread, the material, everything that is needed for training. I go with everything. I just need their presence, their ears, and we get the conversation. We talk about the girl, we talk about the women, because we talk about a lot of things, not just training.
Of course,
Yes,
anything that concerns a girl child.
We talk to them, how they actually miss school. Sometimes when we go to communities, get girls who are home and ask them why home. Same problem actually. So most of our girls
like
are
when they are
missing out
menstruating, they don't even go to school.
No.
Because they have nothing to use.
They can't go. So our girls are missing out of school because of period poverty. Our girls actually becoming pregnant because of period poverty. How? The father
At
can't
least
afford.
for those 9 months, she won't be.
The father can't afford to buy the sanitary pads, but has like a boyfriend who
Imagine.
can give her some money. And that boyfriend will be giving her money for the rest of his life without asking for something
Of
exchange.
course, I know, my love, I know.
So that's where the pregnancy came in. You find a girl of 15 or 14 is becoming pregnant, and it's so heartbreaking, by the way.
Of course it is.
So
Of
heartbreaking,
course it
missing
is.
out of school, dropping out of school.
Just
and if there's
because of
something
period,
we can
basically.
do, the little you have, give 1 or 2. Or if you have some knowledge, because we can't help everyone, by the way.
Exactly.
But if you can help a few, and those few still go and plant the
Yeah,
love somewhere
exactly.
else,
Teach someone
that is
else.
okay.
Wow.
It's not about planting seed and spreading the love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what is inside the pad? Now let's talk about the product itself. What is inside the pad? Because blood is a liquid,
I know.
right? So it's, the sanitary towels that we use, does what? Like the blood clots right in there so that it won't flow.
Yes.
But because this is a cloth, what goes on there?
It's just not a mere cloth. It's a cotton fabric, actually.
Okay. So it's cotton
So-
inside.
So in the pad, you have to have a fleece. That's a cotton that goes inside.
Okay.
It's an inner one, because that inner one, you have to fold it into 2
Okay.
to make it thick. Then still inside that pad, you have to have a waterproof.
So a waterproof, is it like also another kind of material? Or is it like some kind of plastic? What is it like?
Let me say it's like a cavera. Like even these jackets, the raincoats. Those raincoats actually when you're putting on, water can't leak.
Yes, yes.
Those ones so
It's
work.
like that.
Yeah, it's a cavera, and a cavera is so soft. It
Okay.
doesn't make noise by the way.
Yeah, because then I'm going to wonder if someone is walking outside, cha, 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 right? Wow.
Yeah, so you use those. Those are the things that are always inside. So in actual sense, you're supposed to have 4 pieces to make one pad.
To make one pad.
Yes.
And how good are they? Like, for example, of course, depending on the flow, we all, flow differently. Some have heavy flows, some have light, some blah, blah, blah. So how long can one use it for in a day? Or how many times can they change in a day?
In
one
a day,
menstrual day.
Because health-wise, you have to change 3 times. And of course, if your flow is too much, I think 4 times a day.
At least 4 times.
Yes.
Not bad.
Yes.
Right? Not
If
bad.
the flow is too much, automatically you can't only change 3 times. You have to change 4 times.
And how long do you think one should be changing the pad itself? I mean, like, for example, because they are reusable, how many months can they go before they will make, a new pad? because time will come when they get worn out, right? Yeah. So what's the period range?
So if you get these reusable pads, what you have to do, you have to have like 8.
Like 8.
Why 8? Because you have to change.
Of course.
And after every change, you have to wash, you have to hang.
Oh, of course.
So if you have actually 8 to 10.
Can you also iron them?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
You
Because
can.
at least that kills germs.
Yes, you can also iron them.
Okay.
So you can use it for the whole year, by the way, if you know how to keep them.
Really?
Yes.
For a whole year?
Yes, if you know how to take care of them hygienically.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
important because it's cloth, right?
The whole year, you're good
Wow.
to go.
Definitely, this is going to be probably a hard one. So, I'm very sure that before you sell a product or before you put any product on the market, you must have used it yourself.
Yes.
Have you used this pad yourself?
Exactly, I've ever perfectly.
And it works so well.
Actually,
Seriously?
at first, I thought actually, no, I feared. Not even fearing, actually, like, okay,
You're like, how can I?
why should I even hold the blood?
Exactly.
And the other pads are just disposable pads.
Yes.
I was like, no, not me. But then when actually I went to for Love Beint and they supplied some, I got some. So I went with them home. So one day I got an emergency at night. And I didn't have what to use. You see?
Wow.
So what I did, like I remembered, I have some pads of mine. They gave me
The ones they
reusable
give,
ones.
yes.
Yeah. So I went, I got my pad. I padded myself, like, okay, let me see.
How it works.
And I slept up to morning. It didn't
Really?
stain the bed sheets. Yes.
Wow. So they're
Yes,
really good.
Yeah, they're good.
Amazing.
They are so good.
You're doing a great job there.
Thank
You're
you.
doing a great job. So
you.
now I'm interested in knowing, how do you get these materials or the fabrics that you use? Because they should be good ones. They should be particular kind of fabrics.
Yeah.
Where do you get them? Exactly.
Okay, in the beginning, as I already told you, I had some savings of mine. So I first bought my own materials. But then to reach a time where I couldn't afford buying them because they were way expensive.
Of course.
I couldn't buy them, and actually I wanted to still empower more girls. So Love Beint came out.
Okay.
So I had to partner with Love Beint. So like, okay, Daphne, you're doing a great job. After seeing what I've been doing, after getting actually knowledge from them, they saw me going ahead, spreading a love, and reaching out the girls. Like,
Nice.
what you're
So
doing
they
is
felt like
good.
coming on board.
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually contacted me and told me, Daphne, we saw you actually talking about not having materials. We can help you in that.
Oh, wow.
So I was so happy.
That's very good.
Like, is it true?
Yeah.
They told me, Daphne, where are you? Like, I'm
Yeah,
I'm
but
in
you're their
Kampala.
product, so it's good that they helped,
I
right?
was so happy. Then Susan calls me because actually it was Elia who first sent me a text, who first commented, not even sending me a text.
Yes.
Like, we can help you.
Wow.
So Susan, actually, because Susan actually she's in Uganda, she calls me and tells me, Daphne, can we talk? Are you in Kampala? I'm like, yes. It was actually Renee's. It was on a Thursday. Like, yes.
Okay.
I like, Friday's okay with me. I was so excited.
Bambi.
So I went to the office. Actually, they gave me actually their rules. Blah blah blah. We talked about everything. I signed. I had to partner with them. Like, they're going to give you materials from today. Whenever you need them, you'll always get them.
Wow. So normally, how much of these materials do they give you?
They give me one roll whenever.
One roll?
Yes.
How big is one roll? How many pads can you make out of one roll?
One roll, actually, if you know how to cut them, because of cutting them is a problem.
It's important.
You may end up misusing actually the material. If you cut them very well, actually you can train like 800 girls. But of course, if the cutting is an issue with you, 500, 600.
That's a lot, actually.
Yes.
If it's just one roll and you can make 600,
Yes.
that's not bad. Are these on sale anywhere?
The materials.
Yeah, no, like the pads, after making them, are they on sale anywhere? Like, for example, if Love Beint made some of those, or if you make some of those and you don't, maybe, I don't know, do you donate all of them or do you have them for sale somewhere?
Me personally, I just donate for now. I'm not selling any of my pads I make.
So it's more voluntary?
Yes. Right now, just donate, I give them out. I'm not selling.
Wow.
But maybe in future, I'll make it in a fair price. Yes.
How many people do you work with? Because I'm sure this is not easy. It's not an easy thing that you will be doing it alone. How many people do you work with?
3.
And who are these?
1 male,
One male. That's
Yes.
interesting. Very
Yeah, I had to include a male because we want to break the stigma and the taboo.
Okay.
Because sometimes when we reach out in schools, when these girls even see the guy, like,
No.
they even fear talking.
I won't
by the
say.
way.
I know. They're like, why is a man involved?
Yes.
Because I remember when we used to have, what was it called in schools that we are going, girls are going separate and they are teaching us about, you know, sex and those pads and stuff like that. It's called straight talk. Thank you. So yeah, when we used to go for straight talk and they're teaching us these things to do with girls and they're putting the guys on the other side as well. We never wanted any man to be around. We felt like it
Exactly.
should be private. It was our own thing, you know, but it's not right. At the end of the day, when girl child grows up, you're going to get married to a man. He should actually know how to help you if you get into an issue like this, you know, or even a sister, you know, a brother. When you're at home, something like this happens to you, they should know. So what are some of the challenges that you face when you're doing this?
In most cases, actually, I get that challenge of facilitating if I work away. Because me, even if I'm not paid, my joy is seeing that girl holding that pad.
And you
That
travel
girl,
a lot.
yes, that girl holding that needle. At the end of the day, she has mastered how to make it. And also maybe going back sometimes to evaluate, and I find girls are really also training the other girl, because it happens.
It does. It
You
does.
train a girl today, you find a girl training maybe a sister tomorrow or a mother, wherever. So that is the only joy I get sometimes. That's the only
Wow.
joy.
Amazing.
Then facilitating my workers, and sometimes by the way, so I move a lot.
You do move a lot. And are the materials really easily accessible here in Uganda?
The material I use, I only get in one place.
Really?
The one I use. But the one for making the part, like if one for business, it's in Chiembe.
In Chiembe. So
Yeah.
for example, if someone, won't be able to go to Chiembe and all this, what do you advise the young girls at home who will not even be able to afford, you know, buying some good material from Chiembe? What do you advise them to use?
Not like a girl who is deep in the village, they can use their clothes, their old clothes. I know
Is
even
it a
which
particular
very-
material, maybe cotton?
It has to be cotton, at least.
Yeah, at least.
Yes. But even if it's not cotton, she can still use the same process. It's better than nothing.
I know, yeah, I
It's better than just putting on your neck and moving.
know.
So it's better. Those girls, mostly in the villages, they use their old clothes. They have to wash them, not dirty clothes, because sometimes they use their dirty clothes. They wash them thoroughly well, then they make them. They just follow the procedure. It can help them for the meantime. And by not even only girls in the villages.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes
There are
people
some
go
even
broke
in
by the
cities.
way.
Yes, I know.
And
Yeah,
the emergencies.
100%.
I told you about my emergency.
Yeah, of
fund.
course. And it's not like
So-
you couldn't afford. It just happened and you don't have
Yes,
some at that
yes.
moment. What I'm very sure that you've had a lot of stories, especially from the reach outs that you do when you go to meet these girls and teaching the women. What is the most touching story or thing someone has told you, especially when it comes to the things they use, if they cannot access pads?
There is a certain girl I met that was in which village? Chikisira.
Where is that?
Chikisira is in after Mitiana. Actually, a new district, Kasanda. It's in the new district.
Okay.
Kasanda is in between Mitiana and Orinda. So that girl actually came to me. She was in her periods. And even
On
the
that day?
stains, yes.
Oh
The stains were there. She came and sat. She's like, I want to talk to you. I was like, what is it? Me, I thought maybe she had come to inquire about the materials she wanted to make. Can I talk to you privately? I was like, okay, it's okay. She told me how at home, sometimes she completely actually just stays home, not even moving out because of the periods. She can't move out of the house, like to go
dear.
to school. She has to miss school for 4 to 5 days.
Because she has her periods.
Yes.
And when she's at home, what does she do? She's just seated there and
She goes and sits and actually sits like on the sand. Because after sitting there, you get up as if it's just muddy. You don't see
Exactly.
blood.
Yes.
Yes.
no.
So it was
Imagine
so
what kind
touching.
of infections she can get from there.
It's only God and the
Lord
knows.
have mercy.
So I was so touched, and that day, thank God, we had moved with some pads.
So you
So we
donated
gave,
to
actually we gave her 8.
Wow.
because it was so touching. And she even told us she's not the only girl at home. There are three.
And they
Just
go through the
imagine.
same.
Yes. Just imagine.
Wow, Lord have mercy. So it is really
It was so
important what you're teaching them.
heartbreaking.
It is, for sure.
That's why you see most of the girls drop out of school. It's not actually, it's not them willing, but the situation sometimes
Oh dear.
makes them just leave school. Yeah. So
Oh
it's
dear.
so heartbreaking.
So, how do you spot the places you go to? Do you get invited sometimes, or there are some places that you see and you just say, I'm gonna go and speak to these ones?
Actually, sometimes I'm invited, and other occasions I spot the location for myself. Let me assume maybe I'm in Kasanda. I'll look for the schools
Okay.
who really need this service. I'll locate the schools. I communicate actually to the headmaster, the principal, wherever the person who is in charge. Then they invite me. I first approach them. Then they invite me. They give me an invitation, and I go.
Wow.
But some other occasions, actually, they invite me. They call me to go and train. Because of having trained some organization is called Fiona Chirabo.
Something like that.
Chirabo. I think it's Chirabo.
Okay. Okay.
Chirabo Foundation. For the staff wanted to get trained, and there were 8.
Wow. So when they call you for this kind, like this one that you just mentioned, do they facilitate you fully?
Yes.
Wow, that's very good.
Yes, if they invite me, everything is settled. Yeah, but if I approach them first, of course, need to facilitate everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you go to prisons too?
Yes, because they also need the service. We should not forget about them.
Well, any woman anywhere, in
Yes.
any sector, when, yeah.
Whether they are in prison, they still remain the women.
Yes.
And we always have to give them that hope. We have to reach out to them and tell them the world still needs you. The day you're living
course.
here, you're going to face the world. Because this project is not only about maybe making your own reusable pads, no, it's also for business.
Exactly.
You tell them, if you master this very well, when you live here, you can go and set up something for yourself at home. Don't just live here and have nothing in the head. So that's very
So it's
important.
in case in the prison in case they would need to use them, the pads, the reusable pads, what do you think they can use? Because I don't think they keep excess clothes in the prisons, right?
Of course they don't.
So
They
then what
can-
do they use?
They can use maybe their old uniforms.
Oh dear.
If not, you have to donate for them the materials. You have to reach out to them, you give them the materials, and they use them.
Is it easy getting access to these places?
Like,
like the prison. Is
it's
it
not
easy?
easy.
It's not easy. Eh?
You shouldn't come for me and arrest me. It's not
Eh,
easy.
okay. we leave that right there. So I'm very sure everybody, when we decide to do something in our lives, there's a goal we want to achieve. There's a big picture in which we want to see what we're doing. So what's the goal for you in doing this?
In years to come,
Yeah.
I'm seeing myself in a workshop, training, actually employing and empowering the girls in different communities. And most especially, I'm looking at these girls in the villages
Yes.
because I've seen what they're going through.
I know.
And that's my dream. I train them. I also employ them. They work for themselves. Another thing, I don't want this issue of hiring machine for making pads for donation.
Yes.
No. I need to get my own machines. And I make
Wow.
the pads for donations.
Wow.
Yes.
Definitely, actually, I don't know if you know. Well, I had you saying that it could be a calling. I'm very sure that it's a ministry, a very big ministry, and a
Yes.
very big calling. And this is, it's something that God has actually put on your heart, because since, in the beginning you didn't even want it, but when you got there, you got to love it, and it became a part of you.
Yes.
So I am so proud of you for doing this.
Thank you.
To be honest, you inspire me, and I'm very sure that you will be inspiring a lot of ladies out there and a lot of young girls.
Thank you.
So very well done, and please continue doing
Thank
this.
you.
Don't you stop ever, all right?
Not now.
We are all proud of you. So how can you be accessed in case someone wants your services, in case someone wants the reusable pads, in case somebody wants to learn? How can you be accessed? Do you use social media, your telephone numbers, anything?
Yes, I am on Facebook. I think I use Facebook more.
Okay,
But my name is Bachola Daffin.
okay. Real
Daffin
names.
with Y,
Okay.
not with I. Yeah.
Only Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram a little.
A little.
Yeah.
Would you like to share your phone number just in case somebody wants to contact you? If they have questions, if you...
It's okay.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to share it, don't
It's
worry.
okay.
We will caution them that it's strictly for business.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you can look at the camera and say your number, please.
It's 0788 597302.
Wow. Thank you so much, Daphne. So now I'm going to ask you for your advice to any woman out there, to a young girl, anything that can be, helpful in someone trying to shape their lives or, looking into the same kind of thing that you're doing.
Anyway, the girls out there, I don't know how I should say it actually. I'm in love with a girl child. And everything that goes with something called girl, I'll always be there. I'll always support the girl child. What I want to tell the girl out there, never give up. No matter how hard things get, never give up. Sometimes our parents can't afford to give us everything, but don't rush in for men.
Yes.
Don't rush in for a man because you need money for the pads. Be patient. And if you get the opportunity and you get someone who can teach you how to learn how to make these pads, please go for it.
Yes.
Don't ignore it because it may not help you now, but help you tomorrow and for the rest of other people out there, the girls out there. We are here to spread love. We are here to empower the girl child. We are here to empower the women. We will always be there for the women,
Yes.
no matter what.
Wow.
For us, we're here to stand for the girl child, and we want all the girls to be educated by the way. We can also become presidents.
Of course,
Eh?
of course.
So you
Isn't
girls-
our Prime Minister a lady?
Yes. So we
yes,
should
we
never
can
share
be
this
anything.
stigma. It should never stop us from doing anything.
Yes,
It's not a taboo. That's part of us.
of course.
It's that actually, if you don't go for periods, then you're not a woman. That's what I know.
100%.
So we should always be proud of our bodies, proud of our actually everything that concerns a woman, even the men out there. Please stop the stigma.
Exactly.
Stop the stigma.
Yeah, and they should
Support
also
these
learn
girls.
these things.
Yes.
They can help their daughters, they can help their wives, they can help
Yes.
their girlfriends. So yes,
You guys come out and we end the period poverty among the girls because it is possible. Actually, if we come together, there's nothing that is impossible.
Yes.
The little we can do can help us. You may think it's just helping us here, but people are watching.
yes.
People are watching us every day and night. So you girl child out there, don't give up. We are
Wow.
here for you.
Wow, Daphne is here for you and I'm here for you. All women, we should be here for each other. We
Yes.
should be here to build each other, to encourage each other, to empower each other. And also to the girls out there, if you can afford, maybe you have a friend who will not be able to afford.
Yes.
So it's not bad that you also go in for these lessons and learn something for yourself. It could happen to you like it happened to Daphne.
Yeah.
That time she didn't have, the pads in the house, but she got her periods. But
Exactly.
luckily you had something there. So it's not bad to go for these lessons. You might never know who is not able to achieve and to afford. And also you might have your 5,000 ngazisobola ogula the pads. But you could actually keep it for something because you
save
can
for
do this by
something
hand.
else,
You save
yeah.
it for something else.
Yeah.
Because young girls out there, not everybody has a job or an income, You're just at home. And sometimes you feel too big to ask your mom, I don't have pads, Dad, I don't have this. So it's important that you go and get these lessons for yourself. Daphne,
Yes. Yeah.
your story is amazing.
Thank
You're
you.
doing an amazing job. I
Thank
want to
God.
credit you so much. And from us Queens, we definitely want to support you. And we promise to support you whichever way we can.
Thank you.
Whenever God guides, whenever God provides, we won't say how much, but we will support you
Thank you.
in, whatever way that we can. God willing. So thank you so much for sharing your story with
Thank
us.
you too.
Thank you so much, and please continue doing that.
Thank
I know
you.
you're inspiring a lot of girls, and I'm inspired too. By the time I reached out to you and I'm like, you know what? The world needs to hear your story. It's because it's inspirational.
Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure.
I'm so humbled.
Really, thank you so much, darling. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of our wonderful audience. It was amazing hosting Daphne here. She is doing a great job for the girl child. We all stand for each other. We are all queens. You are not less of the woman you are supposed to be because you are going through period poverty and you cannot afford the smallest sanitary pads that we're supposed to use every month. You are still a queen. You still need to own your pride. You still need to uphold your crown. high and know that you are still a normal woman. We are here to help each other. We are here to give each other a hand. So please do not die in silence. Speak up and get help, or reach out to Daphne and learn how to do these reusable pads. It might not be for you, but it might be for a friend, a relative, you know. So it's good for all of us. Thank you so much. We will see you next time. God bless you. And don't you forget that you are a queen and own your crown. Bye-bye.